Good evening. Yeah, good evening, online students.
Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am. Good evening, children. Yeah, so regarding the assignment which I posted this morning, do you think you had time to do it? Yeah, because it doesn't make sense, like you people haven't completed it, then there's no point discussing. I have the answers. I'm ready. You would have noticed the date on it, no, 14/6/18. So this is with the answers. Okay, so this is with the answers. I have the answers ready to discuss. But the important thing is, did I give you all sufficient time? Because maybe you were preoccupied today. Rajit, completed the assignment in full?
No, ma'am.
What about Rakshita? Raju?
Completed, ma'am.
Okay. Madhumita?
No, ma'am.
No. Krishmi? Danya?
Completed, ma'am.
Florentina?
Ma'am, I haven't completed, ma'am.
Ranjan?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Krishmi is completed. All right. Fine. Okay, so I can do this for Danya and Rakshita. Once I end the meeting, you both stay back. I'll just tell you the final answer so that you can, you can at least have, meaning you repeat it in case you're wrong. Supposing you're wrong, you will at least repeat them. So we'll just see the final answers, and the next class we'll discuss the answers with the steps. All right, we'll wait for your friends also to complete the assignment. So Rakshita and Danya, if you want the answers, or if it's okay, I'll go home and share the images with you. That's also fine with me. Anything. I can share the images with you on WhatsApp. You can check it and then we'll discuss the answers in the next class. Okay, we'll decide that at the end of this session. Now continuing with heights and distances. Yeah, write down the question, children. I'm just giving you time to try. Okay, let's see the diagram. So the lighthouse is 150 meters high. So let's say this is the lighthouse. AB represents the lighthouse, 150 meters tall or high. So this is the surface of the water. The ground level and the surface of the water, we take it as the same level. The ground level and the surface of the water is regarded as the same. So the surface of the water and the ground level is the same. So this is the surface of the water. Now there's a boat. Again, a boat here is represented only by a fine dot. So now the angle of elevation changes from 45 degrees to 30 degrees. And it's given clearly that the boat is moving away from the lighthouse. It's given there. The man is rowing the boat away from the lighthouse. So maybe C, initial point of the boat, or the first position of the boat, and D, the second position of the boat. So from C, the elevation of the top of the lighthouse, from position C, when the boat is at position C, the elevation of the top of the lighthouse was 45 degrees. When the boat moves from C to D, it's moving away from the lighthouse. AB is a lighthouse. The boat is moving away from the lighthouse. So from C, the new position is D. From there, the elevation of the top of the same lighthouse is 30 degrees. Now we need to find the speed of the boat. So to find the speed of the boat, we need to, now this distance CD is covered in 2 minutes. This distance CD is covered in 2 minutes. So we need to find the distance CD. The distance CD divided by the time 2 minutes will give you the speed of the boat. Speed is equal to distance by time. distance by that, the distance by the time taken to cover that distance, not some distance by some time. Distance CD by the time taken to cover the distance CD. So this distance by time will give you the speed of the boat. So for that, probably using the two triangles, from one triangle you can find BD. From the other triangle, you can find BC. I have not completed the triangles. So since you will already have the figures with you, so you will have to find BD from one triangle, BC from another triangle. BD minus BC will give you CD. And CD, that distance divided by the time 2 minutes. But the height is given in meters. So you will get CD in meters because the height of the lighthouse is given in meters. So CD you will calculate in meter. You will get in meters. So meter per second. So by 120 seconds will give you the speed of the boat. Yeah. So the elevation, how do you mark off the angles of elevation? The line of sight. Which is the line of sight? So this is the position of the observer and this is the point observed. So this is the line of sight. Again, this is the position of the observer. This is the point observed. This is the line of sight. The angle between the line of sight and the horizontal is the angle of elevation. Again, line of sight, horizontal, angle of elevation. It changes from 45 degrees to 30 degrees as the boat moves away from the lighthouse. So, yeah, now I'll just start working because I'm sure all of you can understand. Yes, sir. No, on your lap. You have something on your lap? Yeah, darling, please put it inside your bag. Sorry? No, we're not discussing it today. Yeah. You can keep the bag next to you, but just put it in your bag. Yeah. Yes, you finished the answer, Navya? Yeah, what's your speed? 549? 549 divided by 6. 0.9. Perfect. All right, children. So tan 30 degrees is equal to opposite AB by adjacent BD. I need to take the next slide. Finish writing this much? Raja? Yeah. Online children can take a screenshot if you want, if you have not finished. No. Yeah, okay. So in right triangle, ADB. I'm not copying the answer from the mobile. I'm just looking at the figure from a mobile. Is it by adjacent? BD minus BC. So BD is division is wrong. Sorry, my division is wrong. Sorry. 109.8 divided by 120 is not that. 0.915. Sorry. I can be the only person going wrong using a calculator. Yeah, 0.915 meters per second. Actually, so the diagram is pretty simple here. So again, I repeat, this is the lighthouse, surface of the water, initial first position of the boat, second position of the boat. From the boat, the observer is looking at the top of the lighthouse. From the boat, the observer is looking at the top of the lighthouse. So the line segment connecting the observer and the point observed is the line of sight. Again, the line segment connecting the observer and the point observed is the line of sight. And the angle of elevation is the angle marked between the line of sight and the horizontal. This is the horizontal. This is the horizontal. This is the horizontal. The observer is here. So this is the horizontal. This is the line of sight. Angle of elevation 45 degrees. The observer is here. So this is the horizontal. And this is the line of sight. So elevation 30 degrees. So from one triangle, you can find the length of the line segment BD. From the other triangle, you can find BC. BD minus BC will give you CD. That is a distance covered in 2 minutes. So CD by 2 minutes. CD is distance. 2 minutes is time. So distance by time. 109.8 by 120 seconds will give you the speed of the boat. 0.915 meters per second. Finish writing, online students?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay, so when we find speed using the formula, it is speed, it is distance divided by the time taken to cover that distance. Whatever distance you take, divided by the time taken to cover that distance. I want all of you to pause for a while and we'll just see the diagram together and then you can continue. So there's a lighthouse, surface of the water, lighthouse, surface of the water. There are two ships sailing on either sides of the lighthouse, on either sides. What is that? Yeah. Two ships are sailing on either side of the lighthouse. So this is the lighthouse. Let me call it AB. Sees one ship to one side of the lighthouse. D is another ship to the other side of the lighthouse. All right. Now the observer is on the top of the lighthouse. The observer is on the top of the lighthouse and he observes the two ships on the sea. So the observer from AB is the lighthouse. A is the top of the lighthouse, B is the foot of the lighthouse. C and D are the positions of the two ships on either side of the lighthouse. The observer is on top of the lighthouse at A and he looks down at the ship at C and down at the ship at D. So the observer is here, the object is here. So this is the line of sight. The observer is here, the object is here. So this is the line of sight. Now, since the observer is here, the line of sight is always drawn through the eye of the observer. He looks on both the sides. So this is the horizontal through the eye of the observer. This is the horizontal. This is the horizontal. This is the horizontal. You'll have to take the horizontal on both the sides because one ship on this side, the other ship on the other side. So the horizontal on both the sides like this. Now the angle between the horizontal and the line of sight is the angle of depression. So horizontal line of sight. Horizontal line of sight. So here we have to mark the angles of depression. Horizontal line of sight, horizontal line of sight. Between these two, we'll have to mark the angles of depression. I'll say, all right, so one is 60 degrees, the other is 45 degrees. One is 60 degrees, the other is 45 degrees. See, it's okay if you switch the positions also. That's not going to alter your answer. If you put 45 here and 60 there also, you're not, the answer is not going to be altered. All right. So 60 and 45 degrees. Yeah. So angle of depression is equal to angle of elevation. So this also will be 60 degrees. This will be 45 degrees. All right. Now what is this given? Nothing. No height is okay. Now what is this? If the distance between the two ships is given. So what is the distance between the two ships here by the diagram? CD. CD. But from the okay. So CD is the distance between the two ships. CD. Now how do you express CD? CD is equal to CB plus BD. CD is equal to CB plus BD. So we can find CB from one triangle. We have to find CB from one triangle, BD from the other triangle, add both and equate it to 200 of √3 plus 1 by √3. Yeah, start working. All right. All right. So now in triangle ABC. All right, Raja, in triangle ABC, what is tan 60 degrees? Tan connects. Opposite and adjacent. Yeah, so which is the opposite side? Which is the side opposite to 60 degrees? AB by adjacent. The side adjacent to 60 degrees? BC. Very good. And what's the value of tan 60? √3 is equal to AB by BC. Okay, so AB is equal to, but here you're supposed to find BC because I'll tell you why. So BC is equal to what? Okay, you can say √3 BC is equal to AB. So so BC is equal to AB by √3. Then the other triangle, in right triangle, ABD. ABD, what's tan 45? Tan 45 is equal to opposite AB by adjacent BD. Tan 45 is 1. Opposite AB by BD. So on cross multiplying, you get AB is equal to BD. AB is equal to BD. Or BD is equal to AB. Because we want to find BD. BD is what we want to find. BD is equal to AB. Now what is given to us? What is given? Given CD is equal to, we are given CD is equal to, there is a distance between the two ships. CD is equal to 200 into √3 plus 1 by √3. This is given CD. The distance between the two ships is CD. CD is equal to 200 into √3 plus 1 by √3 is given to us. What is CD by the figure? BC plus BD is equal to 200 into √3 plus 1 by √3. So BC is how much? You can see it here, BC. See, why we writing BC is in terms of AB. We need to find the height of the lighthouse, right? We need to find the height of the lighthouse. So BC is equal to, instead of BC, write AB by √3. And instead of BD, write AB. So see, you've got AB, which is the height of the lighthouse. We have AB now, which is the height of the lighthouse, is equal to 200 into √3 plus 1 by √3. So AB is common. AB is common here. You can take the LCM and then take out AB common. Or you can even take out AB common, nothing wrong with that. So 1 by √3 plus 1 is equal to 200 into √3 plus 1 by √3. So on taking the LCM, you get √3 is a common denominator. 1 plus √3 is equal to 200 into √3 plus 1 by √3. So this gets cancelled on both the sides. So AB is equal to 200 meters. So the height of the lighthouse is 200 meters. All right. Yeah, write down, children. We'll see it once again. Please write down. We'll see it once again. Yeah. Couldn't find your mistake? You've taken minus instead of plus. You corrected it? Okay. Done writing, online students?
Completed, ma'am.
Okay. We will just do it again. Right. See, the thing is, this is given to us. This one is given. This one is 200 into √3 plus 1 by √3 meters is given to us. With this, we need to find the height of the lighthouse AB. We need to find AB. So see, I told you in the last class, using variables X and Y is always convenient. So you can mark off if you want. So BC, you can call this X, you can call this Y, you can call the height of the lighthouse H. You can call this one as X, this one as Y, and you can call the height of the lighthouse as H. So we have no choice but to use the two triangles. There is no other idea. We just have to use the right triangles. So maybe when you start off, you don't know what to do, but at least you should know that this 200, whatever is given, is CD, and CD is nothing but CB plus BD. What is given is CB plus BD. So immediately it should occur to you that, yeah, I can find CB from one triangle and I can find BD from the other triangle. So that is X plus Y is what is given to us. X plus Y is given. You must write X and Y in terms of H. You must write X is equal to something in H. You must write Y is equal to something in H. Then you will have H in the equation and you can find the height of the lighthouse. Okay, we'll just get started. So in right triangle, ABD, tan 60 is equal to opposite H by adjacent X. So √3 is equal to H by X. We want X is equal to H by √3. In the other right triangle, in triangle ABD, sorry, oh, this is ABC. Sorry. This is ABC. So in triangle ABD, tan 45 is equal to opposite H by adjacent Y. Okay, so 1 is equal to H by Y. So Y is equal to H. Y is equal to H. Now we got X and Y. We wanted to find X and Y. We got X and Y. Now what is CD? CD is equal to 200 into √3 plus 1 by √3. Now what is CD? X plus Y. X plus Y is equal to 200 into √3 plus 1 by √3. Now what is X? H by √3. What is Y? H. So like this, we've got H, and that's what we have to find. We have to find the value of H, which is the height of the lighthouse, is equal to 200 into √3 plus 1 by √3. So as you saw here, H is common, like we did earlier, H is common. So 1 by √3 plus 1, H is out common. So 1 by √3 plus 1 is equal to 200 into √3 plus 1 by √3. So on taking the LCM here, you will get H into √3 is a common denominator. So 1 plus √3 is equal to 200 into √3 plus 1 by √3. So this gets cancelled on both the sides and H is equal to 200. Yeah, we can always use X, Y. I told you that yesterday. We can always use X, Y variables to make our working more easy to understand. Sometimes when you don't know how to proceed, it's easy to look at X, Y, and H than to look at A, B, C, D, B, D, and all that. Yeah. You got it, is it? You found it? Completed? Online students?
Completed, ma'am.
Okay. The angle of elevation. Building. Sorry, building. BLDG, building. The angle of elevation of the top of a building, BLDG, everything, from the foot of the tower. Finished? Yeah. What's the answer? Louder, darling. The height of the light. 250 by 3. Correct. Online students? Rajit, Rakshita.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Still working?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay.
Working.
All right. Okay. So there are two structures, one building and the other is a tower. So from the foot of the building, the elevation of the top of the tower is measured. There are two structures, building and tower. Building and tower. Now, the height we don't know, which is taller we don't know, but we can make out that. So building and tower. According to the question, the observer stands at the foot of the building and measures the elevation of the top of the tower. And then he comes to the foot of the tower and measures the elevation of the top of the building, like a child's play. He's maybe a little boy, so he's here. But okay, he looks at the top of the tower and somebody records the elevation for him. And then he comes running to the foot of the tower here and he looks at the top of the building and notes the elevation. So now, which structure is tall? Wherever the elevation is greater, because you'll have to look higher up if the building is taller. Whichever structure is taller, then you have to look higher up. The elevation is more if the structure is taller. So 30 degrees is 60 degrees. 60 degrees is a greater angle. Whose elevation is 60 degrees? The angle of elevation of the top of the tower from the foot of the building. So from the foot of the building, the elevation of the top of the tower is 60 degrees. So tower is taller. But even if we make a mistake in doing the diagram, supposing we have taken the building taller and the tower shorter, still you'll get the correct answer. But your answer the figure will not, match. Yeah, that's all it is. But you'll get the correct answer. Because you have taken the tower shorter, not that your answer, meaning taller. No, what is it here? Which is taller? Tower is taller. So just because you've taken in the diagram, because you've taken your tower shorter, doesn't mean your answer, you'll go wrong with the answer. Answer will be you'll get the correct answer if you worked it correctly. The thing is, your answer and the figure will not match. That's all it is. So you can make out the tower is taller because the elevation of the top of the tower, from the foot of the building. So the elevation of the top of the tower is 60 degrees. Elevation of the tower is more. So the tower is taller than the building. So building, ground level, tower. So maybe AB. So from here, if you look at the top of Raja, they have not learned it in school yet. So this is the position of the observer, and he looks at the top of the tower. See, this is the line of sight. This is the line of sight. This is the horizontal because the observer is here. The observer is here. So this is the horizontal. The ground level itself is the horizontal. And this is the line of sight. The angle between the horizontal and the line of sight is the angle of elevation, which is 60 degrees. Now, this is the position of the observer. This is the position of the observer. This is the horizontal through his eyes. This is the horizontal. This is the observer. And he looks at the top of the building A. From here, he looks at the top of the building A. So this is the line of sight. This is the line of sight. The angle between the horizontal and the line of sight is the angle of elevation, which is 30 degrees, which is 30 degrees. Now this is the building and this is the tower. So the tower is 250 meters high. This one is 250. Find the height of the building. So description, I think by now you know what to write. AB represents the building. CD represents the tower, 250 meter tall. All right, all this one directly start with the triangles. So Raja, which triangle will you take first? In which triangle you think you have more information? BCD. Yeah, so tell me, in triangle BCD. In triangle BCD. Yeah, then tan 60 is root 3. Okay. 250 by root 3. We'll just have it like this at now. We won't do anything with that. Yeah, then in triangle ABD. Yeah. 1 by root 3. Learn the values by the next class, okay? Cross multiply. So you'll get root 3 AB. When you cross multiply, you'll get root 3 AB is equal to 1 into 250 by root 3. Root 3 into AB is equal to 1 into 250 by root 3. So 250 by root 3. So AB is equal to 250 divided by root 3 into root 3. So 3. So AB is equal to, what was that? 83.3 or 83 1 by 3 meters. 83 1 by 3 meters. The tower is taller because its elevation is greater. I'll just wait for 2 minutes. It's cold? Yeah. All right, children. Next one. Children, we'll just do this together. Those who want to try it by yourself can do it. Yeah. All right, children. Raja, I want you to listen to me. Yeah. So a 1.5 meter tall boy. So you need to represent the boy with a line segment now. Why? Because his height is known to us. When the height of the observer is not known, we take a point. When the height of the observer is known, we represent it by a line segment. So let's represent the structure. So there is this 1.5 meter tall boy and there's this building. So let's say this is the building. Okay, AB is the building. AB is the building 30 meters tall. This is the ground level. This is the ground level. And this is the boy. This is the 1.5 meter tall boy. We'll call him CD. So CD is the 1.5 meter tall boy. We use a line segment here to represent the boy because we know his height. Otherwise, just a dot we take. So CD is the boy, 1.5 meters tall. AB is the building, 30 meters tall. Now, what does the boy do? The angle of elevation of his eyes to the top of the building. So the boy looks at the top of the building. He measures the elevation of the top of the building. So you should connect from his eye, not from his foot. You must connect from his eye to the top of the building. Okay, so the elevation from his eyes to the top of the building increases because he's not standing. He's walking. And as he's walking towards or away, he walks towards the building. He's walking towards the building. And as he's walking, he's looking at the top of the building. The elevation increases because when you go closer, you'll have to look higher and higher up. So the elevation will increase. When you go closer to the building and you have to look at the top of the building, you'll have to raise your head still higher. So the elevation will increase. So this is the line of sight connecting the top of the building and the eye of the observer. So the horizontal will be this one. This is the horizontal through the eye of the observer. That's the horizontal. This is the ground level. This one is the ground level. The ground level is not the horizontal here. This is the horizontal. This is the horizontal through the eye of the observer. So this is the eye of the observer and he's looking at the top of the tower A. So AC is the line of sight. The angle between the line of sight and the horizontal is the elevation, which is 30 degrees. Now he's going closer to the building. The elevation is now 60 degrees. Okay, so the boy takes a new position. The boy is now here. The boy is now here. Okay. Same boy, but since it's a different position, you can just use different letters, E and F. It's not a different boy, it's the same boy. Okay, so EF. He's now there. Now this is the eye of the observer. And he's looking at the top, A. This is the eye of the observer. The boy has taken a new position. He's at EF now. E is the eye of the observer and he's looking at A. So connect A and E. That's the line of sight. Eye of the observer, object observed is the line of sight. And this is the horizontal. This is the horizontal. The angle between the horizontal and the line of sight is the angle of elevation. And that is now 60 degrees. He's looking at the same thing, A, but he's in two different places. First at CD, then at EF. So you should connect C to A, E to A. Horizontal is not the ground level. Horizontal is different here. Horizontal, the ground level is different. Horizontal is another line drawn through the eye of the observer. Now we need to find the distance he has walked towards the building. Now using the line segments here, what is the distance he's walked towards the building? Which line segment represents the distance he's walked towards the building? Yeah. Online students, tell me the distance here. Which line? Yeah, children here also. Tell me the line segment that represents the distance he has walked towards the building.
FD, ma'am.
Sorry?
FD.
FD. CE or FD? CE or FD? So we need to find FD, that's all. We need to find FD. So how is it possible? Mostly we have to find GC from one triangle, GC from one triangle, then what? GE from the other triangle and then GC. That's it. Yeah. Okay, so mostly we have to find from the 30 degrees triangle, we have to find GC. From the 30 degrees triangle, we have to find GC. From the 60 degrees triangle, we'll have to find GE. And GC minus GE will be EC, which is FD, which is the distance he's walked towards the building. This is 30 meters, but since this one is 1.5, the rest of it will be 28.5 meters. Okay, so everything is in the diagram, you understand, right? Because CD is 1.5, BG is 1.5. But the height of the building will stand from the ground. So the ground is, this is the foot of the building, B. This is the top of the building. AB is 30. But in AB, this portion GB is 1.5. So the rest of the building, AG, will be 30 minus 1.5, 28.5. Yes, somebody online tell me. Yeah, you can start writing. Yeah, somebody online tell me in triangle.
AGE, ma'am.
AGE, thank you, Danya. Yeah, AGE.
Tan 60 is equal to AG by EG.
Okay.
Tan 60 is equal to root 3. Root 3 is equal to 28.5 by EG.
Hmm.
EG is equal to 28.5 by root 3.
Okay. We'll come back and rationalize if we need to. No, we'll come back and rationalize. For now, we'll just leave it like this. Then in triangle.
GC.
Should we take the triangle AEC? Ritika, AEC.
GC.
Why? Yeah, because it's not a right triangle. It's not a right triangle. Yeah, yes, Prajit, in triangle.
Ma'am, I'm Ranjan.
Yeah. Ranjana. Yeah, please go ahead.
GC. AGC. Ma'am, can you hear me?
AGC. AGC, in triangle AGC.
Tan 30 degree equal to CG by AG. No, AG by CG.
AG, opposite by GC, correct. Tan 30.
Tan 30 1 by root 3 equal to 28.5
28.5.
by GC.
Okay. So GC is equal to?
GC is equal to 28.5 root 3.
Very good. This is Ranjan, is it?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, thank you. Very good. Yeah. Next, Ranjan, what should we find?
We need to find CE.
Very good. CE. Yeah, go ahead. Next step.
We need to add.
No, darling. How? Okay, 1 minute. Which is the longest line segment here? GC, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Now GC is made up of what? GE plus?
E by EC.
GE plus EC is equal to GC, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So from this, what is EC? EC is equal to?
EC is equal to
GC
G
minus GE, correct?
G. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. See, if we don't know if we have to add or subtract, just write that. Look at the longest line segment. The longest line segment here is GC. Now, GC is equal to GE plus EC. GE plus EC is equal to GC. So now EC is what you want to find. So EC is equal to GC, the longest line segment GC minus GE. Minus GE, that will give you EC. Yeah, so GC is how much? 28.5 root 3 minus 28.5 by root 3, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So how do you simplify that? Common denominator. Root 3 is the common denominator.
3.
So 28.5 root 3 into root 3.
Root 3.
So it will be 28.5 into 3. 85.5.
85.5.
Minus 28.5. I've taken the common denominator. Root 3 is the common denominator.
Yes, ma'am.
So 28.5 root 3 into root 3 is 85.5 minus 28.5 by root 3. Now this one is minus 28.5 is 57. It's 57 by root 3.
57 by root 3.
Yeah, 57 by root 3. Then you rationalize it. 57 by root 3. Rationalize it into root 3 by root 3.
57 root 3 by 3.
Very good. 57 root 3 by 3. So 3 ones are 3. Ones are 3. 9s are 27. 19 root 3. 19 root 3, which is 19 into 1.732. Which is 19 into 1.732. 32.908 meters. 32.908 meters.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Very good, Dilip. No, sorry. Very good, Sri Ranjan. Thank you. Very good. Yeah, please write down, children. Any comments about me? Ritika finished? Oh, Rakshita finished? Sorry.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. All right. Others? Florentina, done?
Writing, ma'am.
Ah. Yes. You did not?
I did.
Ah, tell me what? Meaning you've simplified 28.5 by root 3 there itself, is it?
28.8 is common.
Oh, that simplification you're saying. Okay, 28.5 common. So you'll get root 3 minus 1 by root 3. So it'll be 3 minus 1, 2 by root 3. Then 28.5 into 2 by root 3. 28.5. Yeah, correct. Okay, yeah, 28.5 divided by 3, 9.5. 9.5 into 2. Correct. 90. Ah, okay. Right, fine. Yeah, you can do that. You can take out 28.5 common. Yeah. So here, see it. If you have calculated like this, what was that? EC. EC is equal to 28.5 root 3 minus 28.5 divided by root 3. So you can take out, correct, what I've written is right. Okay, so 28.5 common. It can also be calculated like this. So 28.5 common, so root 3 minus 1 by root 3. Then 28.5 root 3 common denominator, so 3 minus 1. So 28.5, am I right? 3 minus 1, yeah. Into 2 by root 3. So 28.5 into 2. 57 by root 3. Into root 3 by root 3. So 57 root 3 by 3. இங்க நீங்க அந்த டிவிஷன் முன்னாடி பண்ணிருக்கீங்க கரெக்ட் yeah I understand yeah and you got that 19 root 3 yeah correct 19.5 வந்திருக்காது you've rationalized there also that alone you've rationalized just circle it, I'll see it later. Yeah, so 19 root 3, which is again now 19 to 1.73 to 32.908. Yes, yes, you want to ask something? Raghavi? All right, next one. This is 5. The angle of elevation of a jet from a point A and the ground is 60 degrees. After a flight of 15 seconds, the angle of elevation changes to 30 degrees. If the jet is flying at a speed of 720 kilometers per hour, flying at a speed of 720 kilometers per hour, find the constant height at which the jet is flying. Find the constant height at which the jet is flying. So here in this question, children, we have, why don't we do this together? So in this question, we have speed and time. So with the help of speed and time, you can find distance. All right. Now, the elevation of a jet from a point A on the ground is 60 degrees. After flight of 15 seconds, the elevation changes to 30 degrees. So the observer is standing at a point. The jet is taking two different positions. The jet is moving in the air. The observer from one point on the ground looks at the jet at two different positions. The angle of elevation of a jet, from a point A on the ground is 60 degrees. After a flight of 16 seconds, the observer is not moving. The observer is still at point A. The jet is moving. After 15 seconds, the elevation changes to 30 degrees from the same point. When you look at the jet, the elevation changes to 30 degrees. If the jet is flying at a constant speed of 720 kilometers per hour, find the constant height at which the jet is flying. So now, is the jet flying towards that point or away from the point? Away from the point, because first it was 60 degrees. Now the elevation is reduced, it's 30 degrees. That means first the jet was closer to that point, and in the second place it was moving away. That is, initially it was closer to the point. It's moving away from the point. That's all it is. The jet is moving away from the point because the elevation is reducing. The elevation reduces from 60 to 30. It's easier to see something far than when the same thing is closer to you. Supposing you're driving to this Srirangam temple. So when you are, like at the far end of the road where the Gopuram is seen, the elevation, so from your vehicle, the top of the Gopuram, the elevation is something like 30 degrees. When you go closer to the Gopuram, when you're almost at the foot of the Gopuram, if you have to look at the top of the Gopuram, you'll have to look higher. So the elevation will increase. As you go closer, the elevation will increase. Now here it is. Okay, so this is the ground level. This is the point A on the ground. Jet. Okay, so jet. Alright, so this is the position. This is the point A on the ground. So this will be the line of sight. This is the line of sight. Line of sight is what? Connecting the jet and the observer. And this is another line of sight. This is the jet. This is a different position of the jet. And the observer is still there. This is the line of sight. And this is the height of the jet above the ground. This is the height of the jet above the ground. Correct? Now for the observer, this is the horizontal line of sight, angle of elevation. Horizontal, this is the line of sight, angle of elevation. It was first 30 degrees and then it becomes 60 degrees. Sorry, it was first 60 degrees, then it becomes 30 degrees. So this one is 60. Let me show you again. The first line of sight is this one. This was the first line of sight because this is the initial position of the jet. So this is the first line of sight. Line of sight, horizontal. This one, 60 degrees. Then this is the second line of sight, horizontal, 30 degrees. Correct? Yeah, you can start working. If you have to mark the this dot in this end. I'm going to do the same thing, this corner. If I just assume some of us need the explanation again. So those of you who want the explanation again, please listen to me. I'm repeating. Ground level, observer who's at point A, jet in the air. First position, second position. This is the height of the jet from the ground. Height of the jet from the ground. Height of the jet from the ground. This is the eye of the observer. This is the jet which is observed, line of sight. Again, this is the jet and this is the eye of the observer. Connecting that is the line of sight. This is the horizontal. For both the cases, this is the horizontal. Now, since the elevation was first 60 degrees and then 30 degrees, first the jet's first position is this one, and then it's moved like this. It's moving like this in this direction. It's moving away from the point A. That's why the elevation is reducing. It's moving away from the point A. So first it was 60 degrees, line of sight, horizontal, 60 degrees. Then this is the second line of sight, horizontal, 30 degrees. Now, what is covered in 15 seconds? What is covered in 15 seconds? We'll have to name the points. A, B, C, D, or not A here. We already have A. B, C, D, and E. Yeah. So after 15 seconds, this distance in the air, ED, is covered in 15 seconds. The distance DE, from D to E, this distance from D to E is covered in 15 seconds. So you can find the distance BC then. The distance in the air from D to E is covered in 15 seconds. So speed is equal to 720 kilometers per hour. We need to convert that to meter per second. So 720 into 5 by 18. 18 ones are 18 40 times. So it's 200 meters per second. So now we know that distance is equal to speed into time. Distance is speed into time. Speed is 200 meters per second and time is 15 seconds. So 3000 meters. What is 3000 meters? The distance ED is covered in 3000 meters. Therefore, distance ED is covered in 15 seconds. In 15 seconds. Therefore, BC is equal to 3000. See, a line segment can only represent length. You cannot write 15 seconds here. You cannot write for BC, you cannot write 15 seconds. A line segment cannot represent speed or time. For a line segment BC, you cannot write 15 there. For the line segment BC, you cannot write 15. For the line segment BC, you cannot write the speed 720. BC is distance, it's length, and it represents distance. Distance is 3000 meters. So this BC is 3000 meters. This one is 3000 meters. So now you just have to use the two triangles and find the height at which the jet is flying. Yes, Ranjan, can you do it again with me? Yeah. Can we do it together?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, try. Yeah, so far, any questions, Ranjan?
I need 2 minutes time.
Sorry?
I need some time to analyze.
Okay. No, is the diagram okay, or shall I repeat the diagram again?
Yes, ma'am. Diagram is okay. The flight is flying backwards, right? Backwards or
No, the flight is flying away from the point because the elevation is reducing. The point, okay, the point, this is the ground level. This is the point A. This is the point A. The flight is going in this direction because It's moving from away from the it's moving away from the point. Why? Because the elevation is reducing from 60 degrees, it becomes 30 degrees.
Yes, ma'am.
The elevation is reducing from 60 to 30. That means it is moving away from the point. So maybe it was here first, then this is the height from the ground, then it moves to this point. So this is the height from the ground. The point is the same. From the same point, the flight is observed. The flight is going away from point A in this direction. First, the elevation was 60 degrees. So this is the line of sight. This is the line of sight. And first, the elevation was 60 degrees. So you can mark it if you want like this. First, the elevation is 60 degrees. So you mark it. Don't draw the other line of sight. If it's confusing, don't draw the other line of sight.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so this is the jet and this is the point A. That is the point of the observer. Connect the 2 points. Line of sight horizontal, this is the angle of elevation. Now the other line of sight is connecting this point and the point A. This is the other line of sight. Between this line of sight and the horizontal is the angle of elevation, which is 30 degrees. You might think this is bigger. No, you're marking it away. So it looks bigger. This angle is only bigger. See, this one is more than this one. Because this is wider, we are marking it away from the vertex. So it looks like it's more. It is not.
Yes,
This
ma'am.
is 30 degrees. Yeah, that's what we have here. And then I've marked off all the line segments. BC is X, AB is Y, and EC and BD. EC and BD both represent the height of the flight or the height of the jet from the ground. So I've called it H. Mark off the line segments always. Yeah, now speed is given, time is given. So find the distance. And the distance ED is covered in 15 seconds. Distance ED is covered in 15 seconds. So ED is equal to 3000 meters or BC is 3000 meters.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, Ranjan. Now we'll do it together so you don't have to think much. So in triangle, any triangle first. Any right triangle. In triangle?
DAB.
Okay, DAB or ABD. Yeah.
60 degree, tan 60 degree.
Is equal to, use the letters, is equal to,
DB by AB.
okay. Okay. So root 3 is equal to
Root 3 is equal to H by Y.
H by Y.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Now, supposing you don't know, like, if you should write H is equal to or Y is equal to, you can leave it like this also. You can come back with it. You can just leave one line below this and you can come back.
Yes,
If we don't see, you can cross multiply. You can always cross multiply. Supposing we have a doubt as to what to do with this, you can just leave one line after this and you can come back there. I'll tell you. So we'll just leave that. Assuming we don't know what to do, we'll just come back. Now the next one. In triangle,
AEC.
AEC. In triangle AEC. Yeah.
Tan 60 degree.
Tan
30 degree.
is equal to EC by AC.
AC.
Yeah, 1 by root 3 is equal to EC.
H
by
Y plus 3000.
Yeah, by X plus Y is equal to H by X plus Y. So X plus Y is equal to root 3H. Now X is 3000. X is 3000. So 3000 plus Y is equal to root 3H. Now you can decide, what do we want to find? What do we want to find? We want to find H, right?
Yes, ma'am.
We want to find h. So that means we don't want y. We want to find h.
Yes, ma'am.
If you want to find h, you must have h in the equation. You want to find the constant height at which the jet is flying. That is h. If you want to find h, h should be in your equation. The other one should not be in the equation. Now in this equation, we have y and h. You need to have h because you have to find h. So you don't want y. So you go back here and write y is equal to, like when you cross multiply, you get h is equal to root 3y. So y is equal to h by root 3. Y is equal to h by root 3. So come back here and instead of y, you say h by root 3 because you want h, you don't want y. If you don't want something, replace that with what you want.
Yes, ma'am.
3000 plus, you don't want to find y. So you replace y. To replace y, you go back to the earlier equation and you find y. Y is equal to what? Y is equal to h by root 3. Put that here. Yeah, put that here. So that's what I said. If we don't know what to do, just leave it there. Just leave some 2 lines below that and continue with the other triangle. Then you will know what to do. So now this is h by, I forgot, h by root 3.
By root
Is
3.
equal to root 3h. See now, in this equation, you have only h and you want to find h only. You have only h, so you can comfortably solve this equation and find the value of h. When you have one equation and 2 unknowns, you cannot find anything. In one equation, if you have h and y, you cannot find anything. That's why we removed y and we wrote that as h by root 3. So now in this equation, we have only one unknown, that is h. So we can easily solve this and find h. Yeah, right down, children. Online children can take a, no, finish it fast. Have you finished, Raja? The others who finished, please check. You finished, what's your answer? The height of the jet is 1,500. Yours? Same, but she said 1,000. Root 3. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Tell me in root 3. I have it in root 3 also. 1,500 root 3. Correct. No. You can come here with your book, I can tell you. Explain this one to me. Idella correct.
H is equal to AB plus.
This one you've taken. So H is equal to, instead of AB, you put this
Yeah.
H by root 3. Okay. So instead of this is
This is H is equal to AB.
So
instead of AB, I have done
H by root 3. So where is it H by root 3 here?
And after that, root 3 is 3.
Oh, in here by H by root 3 here. Plus you can by root 3. Okay.
Then root 3.
So the root 3 here also do a. Oh, but that is in the numerator. I'll work it for you. Let's take a photo. I'll work it. I'll tell you how to do this. Trigonometry. Calculation error. Otherwise, you've done it right. Very good. Solving this one. You can even take out H common, children. H can be taken out common. So the jet is flying at a height of 2598 meters from the ground. So what we've used here is a substitution method. Like we have two equations. Now all of you online acknowledge if you're finished and then I'll talk. Finish it and then let me know that you're finished.
Completed, ma'am.
Okay.
Completed, ma'am.
Yeah.
Completed, ma'am.
Okay. See, I just want to do the diagram again. I don't know why. Ground level, point A, jet plane, height from the ground, height of the plane from the ground, elevation decreases from 60 to 30. That means it's moving away from the observer. When the elevation reduces, it's moving away from the observer. When the jet plane is closer to the observer, he has to look high up. So the elevation is more. When it moves away from him, when the plane is going away from him, the elevation will drop because he can look at the plane easily. When elevation reduces from 60 to 30, that means the plane is going away from the observer. First line of sight is this one. This is the plane, this is the observer, this is the line of sight. This is the horizontal. Elevation 60 degrees. This is the position of the jet later after 15 seconds. After 15 seconds. So this is the position of the jet. This is the object observed and this is the eye of the observer. So this is the line of sight. This one is the line of sight. And this is the horizontal. 30 degrees. So you have 60 degrees in this triangle. You have 60 degrees in this triangle. You have 30 degrees in this triangle. This one you have 30 degrees. And this distance in the air is covered in 15 seconds. This distance from here to here, because the elevation reduces from 60 to 30 while covering this distance in the air in 15 seconds. So this distance is covered in 15 seconds, which is equal to this distance on the ground. So using speed and time, you find distance, no? So that distance is this one on the ground. Then using the two triangles, we get equations like this. See, this is the first one. Root 3 is equal to h by y. From one triangle, we have root 3 is equal to h by y. So you can see that in that equation, we have two variables h and y. What you should realize, what you can realize there itself is that we need to find h. We need to find h. So you want h. You don't want y. So we should write y is equal to, because in the next equation where there is y, you can use this. That's how you judge. If you should write h is equal to or y is equal to, what to do? This is what you should do. You want to find h. So you want h. You don't want y. You don't want y, right? So write y is equal to h by root 3. So in the next equation where you have y, you can replace that with h by root 3. So you'll be introducing h there. That's all it is. even if this is difficult to decide, just leave it here. You can come back later. Just leave it here and do the next triangle. So actually, when you cross multiply, you get h is equal to root 3y. You can also write y is equal to h by root 3. And this is what we want. Because in the next equation, instead of y, we are going to write h by root 3. And we want h in the equation so that we can find its value. So from the next triangle, you get this one. And then x is 3000. So like this we have. So here instead of y, from the earlier equation, instead of y, use h by root 3. And work to find the value of h. So now the thing is, then will I go wrong if I suppose by mistake I solve for y? By mistake, I solve for y and get y answer. That's okay. If you get y, you should put it back here and find h. It's okay. You can find h or y, whatever. Supposing you work and you find y. It's okay. Come back here. Put y value here. Put the y value here. Into root 3 will give you h value. So there's nothing like if you substitute in a different way and get a different value, meaning you find the value of y, not that you're stranded, not that, oh, now I cannot get the answer. It's not like that. It's okay even if you find y. Come back here and put the value of y. Y into root 3 will give you the value of h. So basically, you can find anything. You can substitute for anything. So the thing is, in one equation, there should be only one unknown. So you have to substitute. In one equation, there should be only one unknown. So you have to substitute. If there are two unknowns, x and y or h and y, you should take away one and substitute. So the equation should have only h or only x or only y. So you find whatever. If you find h, you will find the answer h directly. Supposing you find x, you come back, there will be some relation between x and h. You put x value and find h. Suppose you find y, there will be a relation connecting h and y. In your working, there will be a relation like this connecting h and y. So supposing you have found y value, put the value here and find h. That's all it is. You can substitute for anything. I'll tell you your calculation mistake. Yeah, so, yeah, Raja, so what have you done? H is equal to h by root 3. You should have written like this, Raja. See here. H is equal to h by root 3 like this. Plus 3000 divided by 3. Then this is what you have, right? H is equal to, in the numerator, you have h by AB, you've written h by root 3 plus 3000 by root 3, correct? Now cross multiply. What will you get? What you did is incorrect. What you have done, h is equal to h, you multiplied this, you put it like this, something like this. No. The root 3 key, the root 3 into root 3 is 3. That's why you have gone wrong. No, it's not like that. I'll tell you how to calculate. It's not like that. First, in the slash, this is not computer science. Don't use the slash at all. In maths, we always write like this. Only this gives you clarity. Had you written like this, you would have not gone wrong. See, so the presentation help கிடைச்சிருக்கும். இப்படி எழுதணும் நீங்க AB வந்து h by root 3 இப்படி எழுதி இருந்தா உங்களுக்கு தெரியும் மேல நியூமரேட்டர்ல LCM எடுக்கணும்னு. Cross multiply பண்ணுங்க. Cross multiply. So what will you get? Root 3h, correct? Is equal to root 3h plus 3000 root 3, correct? So cross multiply, you get 3h is equal to h plus 3000 root 3. Then 2h is equal to 3000 root 3. So h is equal to by 2 varum 1500 root 3. That's it. Okay. So 3000 root 3 divided by 2. And the root 3, it's wrong. It's not like that. Now, if your question is why, it's addition there in the numerator. See, whenever h by root 3 plus 3000 it is. H by root 3 and 3000 are connected by the addition symbol. You should simplify that first. H by root 3 is not free. H by root 3 is not free. It's associated with 3000. Whenever the connector is a plus or a minus, you cannot handle them separately. H by root 3 is not free. Root 3 cannot come down like that. H by root 3 plus 3000. So that should be simplified. Root 3. That's the mistake. And the other thing is don't use that slash. Okay, let me just give you a question from circles and see how much you can recall. This is not areas related to circles. It's not areas related to circles. It's circles. It's a chapter circles. Okay. So let's see how you recall from memory. Circles. And it's got nothing to do with any theorems and circles. Nothing. It's just a general question, actually. Yes, Ritika. Okay. Just read out something from your book. No, there are no tangents here, darling. There are no tangents. AP is equal to AR for a different reason. Very good. Yeah, that's the way to go. Very good. Yes, you're right. That's the way to go. Yeah, right. Yeah, online students, would you like to share what you've written in your book? Just read out. I'll try to understand. I just want to know how you've got started. Okay, no response. So let me do it. So you can see
AR is equal to AP, ma'am.
Correct.
Radius are always equal in a circle.
Correct. Yeah. Let AR equal to AP be equal to say X. Then because radius of circle with center A. That's a reason. Then let BP is equal to BQ equal to Y because radius of circle with center B. And then let how much? 2. Yeah. Yeah, let so right start Danya, very good. BQ here also Ritika has done it correctly. BQ is Y and then CR is equal to CQ is equal to Z. Radius of circle with center C. Correct, Raja? AR is equal to AP. Why? There's a circle with center A. And what are AR and AP for that circle? Radius. So AR and AP will be equal, no? So we'll call it X. Then the other circle with center B. Radius BP and BQ. So we'll call it Y. Then there's another circle with center C. Radii there, CR and CQ. So we'll call them Z. Now, what do you know? It's given AB is 5, right? Raja, AB is 5, right? AB is equal to 5. What is AB? In terms of X, Y, Z, what is AB? AP plus AB is equal to 5 implies AP plus PB is equal to 5. And that further implies that what is AP? X plus PB Y is equal to 5. So this is one equation. This is one equation. Like this, we have to continue. You will get 3 equations. Yeah, start working. Then it's given that BC is equal to 7. BC is made up of BQ and QC. BQ and QC is equal to 7. And BQ, we have called it Y. And QC, we have called it Z. So Y plus Z is equal to 7. Is equation 2. And then we are given AC is equal to 6. AC is made up of AR and RC. This is 6, which implies AR is X plus RC is Z is equal to 6. Equation 3. So add these 3 equations. You will get 2x plus 2y plus 2z is equal to 18. So x plus y plus z will be 18 by 2 because you can take out 2 common. 2x plus 2y plus 2z is equal to 18. 2 common. X plus y plus z is equal to 18 by 2, 9. Now we have to find x. So what is y plus z? 7. X plus y plus z is 9. Y plus z is 7. So x is equal to 2. So adding the 3 equations. Or you can write it one below the other. Okay. X plus y is equal to 576. 576. Z plus x or x plus z? X plus z. So since we have to find x, we know that y plus z, so x plus y plus z is equal to 9. But what's the value of y plus z? X plus 7 is equal to 9. So x is equal to 9 minus 7. X is equal to, so the required radius. The radius of the circle at center A is 2 centimeters. Yeah. So this is general, nothing to do with circles. Meaning nothing to do with circles, meaning all of us know. Even a fifth grader knows that in a circle, all the radius are equal in length. Yeah, so nothing to do with the theorems we have learned in standard 10. Done, online students? Okay, let me write the next question here. Those of you who finished can try this one. This is the next question from circles again. If two tangents inclined at an angle of 60 degrees are drawn to a circle, of radius 3 centimeters. Find the length of each tangent. Length of each tangent. Yeah, what's the answer? Root 36. 6, that means. Huh? No. Yes, online students. Rajat.
Ma'am, is the answer 3 root 3 centimeter?
I'm still working.
Perfect. Correct. Rajat, what's your answer?
I'm still working it.
Okay, okay. Rakshita, you're right. 3 root 3. Correct answer. All right. So this is the most common mistake while drawing the diagram. So what is the radius of the circle? 3 centimeters. The radius of the circle is 3 centimeters. Okay. And the tangents are inclined to each other at an angle of 60 degrees. So the tangents are inclined to each other, meaning this is one tangent. I'll draw it again. Sorry. The tangents are in, okay. The tangents are inclined to each other. That means this angle is 60 degrees. The tangents are inclined to each other, one another. So if one tangent is the baseline, the tangents are inclined to one another. That means these are the two tangents. The angle between them is 60 degrees. That's the meaning of the tangents are inclined to one another. This is one tangent, this is the other tangent. They're inclined to one another at an angle of 60 degrees. So circle, circle, tangent, like this, tangent, center of the circle, line segment connecting the center and the external point. This full angle is 60 degrees. This full 60 degrees. So this one is going to be 30 degrees. This one will be 30 degrees. This is the point of contact. When you connect this radius tangent perpendicular to each other, 3 centimeters. The radius O, external point P, A, B, points of contact A and B. Points of contact A and B. External point P. So now in this right triangle, we need to find the length of the tangent, meaning PA, PB. So what's the ratio we'll use? What's the trigonometric ratio to be used here?
Tan 30, ma'am.
Tan 30. Okay, tan 30. So what is important here is angle APB is 60 degrees. So angle APO is equal to angle APO and BPO is equal to 60 by 2, 30 degrees. APB is given. Between the two tangents, the angle is 60 degrees. So APO is equal to BPO is equal to 60 by 2, 30 degrees. So in the right triangle, AOP, tan 30 is equal to opposite OA by adjacent. Adjacent is not OP because OP is the hypotenuse. Adjacent is not OP because OP is the hypotenuse. So AP is the adjacent. OP is the hypotenuse. So root 3 is equal to OA 3 by AP. So AP is equal to, ouch. Thank you, sorry. Tan 30 is 1 by root 3 is equal to, is equal to 3 upon AP. So on cross multiplying, AP is equal to 3 root 3 meters. You can multiply 3 into 1.732 meters. So if AP is 3 root 3, BP is also 3 root 3 because tangents from the external point to the circle are equal in length. Correct? Finished writing this one? Online children completed. We just have something to discuss. So finish writing, stay in the meeting, don't leave. Sorry? Oh, centimeter. Stop the meeting.